So when you look at a shoulder, the shoulder should wag. And so Claudia comes to me, look how nice that goes. See? This is like when I talked with the baby heel. So working with, again, you want to stay on the top part of the vertebrae. So I'm coming in. You probably want to just come right here.
To the other side?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to go, so the scapula is all right here. So this time I'm going to go all totally underneath the scapula. It'll still free up a lot of the same regions, but it's just going to be a different lesson a little bit. So I'm just, since I already have her shoulder flagging, I'm going to just, very similar how I was just working with her on the feet. Notice how I've got my fingers in here, and I'm just looking to see how the scapula comes back. And she's right now, since she's a little jumpy, she's trying to figure it out. You have the shoulder girdle, comes all the way here into the clavicles and into the back of the vertebrae. This is like a giant triangle. So if I want to emphasize that just a little bit, come in there, and then I'm going to go back in and see it ready. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to go in. My fingers are really gentle. They're not poking. If you're worried about being pokey, you can come like this. But this is more of a downward press on the vertebrae. What I'm doing here is actually sort of like I'm guiding the scapula out. I'm separating the upper shoulder cavity from the chest. There we go. And here with the shoulder, it's notice now I'm lifting and bringing it back down. This is very similar. Look at how gentle that is. Just like Arlie brings her feet up and down. That little boop, 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 boop with her bum. This is how nice a human body should be. When it's lying down the lines. So now what I'm going to look into now is how her arm, here to here, rotates around that. So I'm just going to check. So notice right now, I can't bring that elbow back. So you see how there's very little function. So with that, I'm going to come here. And I'm not really pulling the elbow back. It's more so, again, I'm always doing a slight rotation. So I'm just bringing back the rotation of the elbow. I'm not trying to bring the whole arm back. What I'm looking to do is the rotation. To have full rotation around the shoulder or going around the arm, you want the arm to be able to go to and from and spin around eventually. So I'm looking to affect not only the scapula, but her chest cavity is starting to be much more. There we go. So now when I take her, now look how much I can go. And the freedom of the chest. And see now how I can come underneath that same movement and integrate the whole bicep area. Notice too, and this is what I really like about this stuff that I do in particular, or I shouldn't say that I do, that I look for. Notice how I have her. I can say come here, I can say come here, I can say go back. It's just like she's a magnet to my hands. She's totally giving herself to me. And I don't care if you're a baby or you're an adult. Now babies move around more, but still that. So now that I know I have this nice little circle, I don't have any doubts. Let me see if my hypothesis works. But I can take her, now I'm going to take her nice and safe. But see how she has full shoulder rotation.
Wow. Do men have as much problems with this area of their back as women do?
Oh, they have huge problems
Men
because the problem is.
I didn't know if it was more caused by having
Well,
men.
what it is the human body is meant to have the larger muscles through the glutes. We're not chimpanzees. We don't
Right.
swing by trees, so we actually have a much more wider pelvic girdle than animals do. So when men supersede that and have a larger chest cavity than they do a butt, that's why you tend to hear like weightlifters, oh, what? And they literally talk at a much lower articulation than they would if they were more in proportion and balance. They do this in the military to get the men to be subjective. You want the unit to do whatever you tell them to do. So you want them to be, that's what boot camp's all about, is to disorganize the muscular. Now, most people don't realize that they're doing this, but this goes back into Russian military psychology. So it's the problem with like post-traumatic stress is they no longer realize that they have options, and they're stressed out about it, and you need to reorganize the system to bring it back into being more like an everyday human in a sense versus military. But some men too tend to have more, they call it like a double muscle layer. I remember when they were the doctor made a comment taking out my son-in-law's kidney, that it took him twice as long just to cut through his muscle tissue because of the way it was integrated. But also men don't learn soft. They learn, how to break things. They learn how to be little bulls in the giant, I call them couch jumpers. My children were never couch jumpers, thank God.
Oh, could have reached it.
So walk around, because again, I can't leave you uneven because you're pregnant. So same thing, I'm gonna look to see, some people get too analytical. Why did she put her hand this way? I don't care. I'm gonna go and look so she doesn't flag the shoulders nicely. So that's gonna be my main objective before I start with going underneath here. So again, just like in standing where I'm holding her belly or whatever, look at how much I have of her. So right now I'm just letting the weight of my hand. And again, if you don't think glasses and NG tubes make a difference, look at just the weight of my hand, what it's doing to your shoulder. So I'm going to see if that made a difference. So there she goes. So she's starting to wag. And now I can just come underneath here. Notice too, there's a bit more staccato here. It's smoother. And here, see it's a little jumpier. So what I'm doing, instead of pulling her, put my whole hand on her shoulder and let the weight bring her down. Very similar to like a soft avalanche. You know what I mean? Just letting gravity do its job. One thing too, I'm going to do something that's a little bit different than I did. I'm going to go underneath her arm. It's okay. And I'm just going to lift for a second. And put down. Doesn't even look like I'm lifting, but see, it's just a light lift and put down. Now she's gonna expect that there's gonna be help here all the time to hold her. Also notice too on this side, I'm going after, it's just on the top of the breast tissue and I'm just lifting. But notice how I have the whole shoulder and I'm still in a rotation. There we go. That's it. See, now you can fall. Now I can. Once I have those kind of mechanisms, I can speed it up. So here to here, again, I'm not seeing a lot of rotation. Having the whole scapula. And again, notice I'm not sitting there yanking her elbow back to Morris on the first try. It's just a little bit and a little bit. There she goes. She's starting to. I can get a lot quicker on this side because she already knows what to expect. And again, there we go. Got the circle. So I can come in here. Pull her back now, see? But this is the same thing. When I was working with you guys in standing, remember me bringing you backwards? And it was like, see now how much nicer she is to being brought backwards? And now I can see if, again, my hypothesis is right.
You want your mommy?
Camera really, sorry. But see, now you have full shoulder rotation.
Love it.
That works. So now you're lying back on the shoulder, which is fine. A lot of
Which
people,
shoulder? This shoulder?
you're bringing this shoulder back and this shoulder's way forward.
Yeah.
A lot of people to start working on, no.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just saying, a lot of people would want a corrected position. Me, I don't care.
This not
This
correct.
this is how you feel. When we're taught in training, you want people as symmetrical as possible, but
I
in my-
like this all night to nurse her.
Well, right. I mean, this is your. Now, notice in this position though, your shoulder's still quite forward, even though you're back all the way here.
Yeah.
See, I can't. Let me show you. See, I can't bring the shoulder back.
Right.
I can bring the body back, but the shoulder stays in a fixed position. I can't flag your shoulder. Okay, so that's what I'm working on, even in this position. So I've got my arm here on your arm, and I'm just, what I'm trying to do is separate the rotor cuff from the scapula and the clavicle. Let's go.
I walk her outside.
Sure.
Oh, not my earrings. No.
You okay? You need help?
How do they always find your earrings?
Because they're smart. What a grandma, huh?
He's so cute. That's nice though. You know they said like unique.
Yeah. She does not know how to throw a bad word. She is the kindest, most encouraging, gentlest soul. And just as she took that baby, she'll take you. She'd make you feel like you're like the center of the room.
Oh, that's nice. I find that about a lot of people from the Midwest. That people seem to be so much.
I think it's like I was talking about with the baby. She looked, see how she came in and was like, oh, you're the best thing from, and took the baby and ran. That's what I was saying, where do we lose that? She still has it.
Yeah. Because we went back to Wisconsin last summer to meet my husband's side of the family that I had never met. A lot of them he'd never met. And like I was somebody's wife, but he had to work while I was there, and they just took me and ran with me. They're like, yeah, she's our cousin, married to so and so. so and so's daughter's son's wife. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, you want to come to the lake? You want to do this? And I was like, wow, like I don't know that we're that friendly out here.
Yeah.
The answer is no, and I'm from New York, so definitely no.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do here, a little bit different, I can't bring your scapula down from here. So see how I can't bring it down? I can do it up.
Can make me more uptight, but not less uptight.
There we go. Feel the difference? See how you can shift?
Hello? Hey. No, I don't think so. Why? Huh? Okay, okay, bye.
So now the shoulder is flat. Feel the difference? So now I can go in here and grab the shoulder. This is hard on you. You're not letting me have my way with you. See how you want to help me?
Yeah, I'm trying not to help you. Just trying
Oh, he's talking. Yeah, that's
See, I can't do the circle here. So I would not jump up and do, I'll show you, okay? So I can't do a circle in your shoulder. So now feel what it, so I know I can't do a circle here, but just feel what it's like. So see right here, how it gets stuck?
Yeah.
And I can't bring your arm back behind. I cannot cross the midline of your body here.
Yeah.
You see?
But so much better than it was.
Oh, I know, but I knew, what I'm trying to show you is I knew that before
Yeah.
I even got to that position. So that's what pisses me off with PTs. They see someone like you and go, come on, Jenna, just yank that arm up. And I'm like, just touch your
Well,
shoulders.
you
She
can,
She,
but
I mean,
it's not going to be good.
it's just going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, right now you cannot do that movement. And that's okay. That makes sense? Even for like an Aaron, to sit there and say, oh, he should, I know what the hell he should be doing, excuse my French, but he's not. And you should be able to tell by small body parts what the large body parts will be able to do or not do. So I need to get in here and work on circles. So notice how I'm putting little mini rotations all between the scapula and the rotary cuff. There we go. Feel the difference? See now too, look at how the shoulder can come back
So, yeah.
just from that. Now it might have helped her that I did that to say, look, the arm can't come back behind the shoulder. So her brain goes, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be able to do? Okay. Now I still don't have the freedom up here. So here, look at the circle versus here. But see, she's humming now. But I want to get up in here first. So again, I've got my fingers in the top part of the scapula, but through the bottom of the scapula, I'm doing the circles all into those muscles. There we go. So now look from here to do it, and here. See, it's more integrated. Trish is going. So now from that, I can come in here. Already the arm's lighter. Look at how it just
Oh my
rotates.
gosh.
Yeah. Full shoulder rotation.
Put it on our guest.
Yeah. Now for you, since you've never done it before, I'm going to do it backwards. So see how you come around? There's a twist here, and you come right over. Yeah. No, you're twisting too soon.
Okay.
Bring the elbow up. There we go.
Okay.
It's like throwing a bucket. You don't want to twist it here.
Oh.
Yeah. So now walk around and feel that.
Oh. I don't think we learned this lesson yet, did we, Claudia?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Claudia and I might learn this in another month.
As long as you work on me.
I'm amazed at how many ways there are to do the same thing, though. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
When I started getting my hand slapped for quote doing videos, I'm like, I've never said this is protocol, my way or the highway. This is how you have to do it. Everybody's different. Again, look at how your arm wants to come back, but your shoulder's way up here. You know what I mean? I have to take that into consideration. And see, I there's no flagging, there's no, you know. But a lot of people would say, what the hell did you use your shoulder? Well, I know what you did to your shoulder, but you know, you just saw it. You never rotated, had full arm rotation in your life. Your brain's like, wow. But now you can play like butterfly and do stuff like that with Harley. When you were a kid, you couldn't pretend you were a butterfly. You looked like a beetle. You know, just little stuff. I mean,
I
imagine.
think about my poor PE teachers trying to make me do things.
No, what's worse is that the PE teachers now, they see these kids and they go, oh, you're not paying attention, you're not trying, you're not applying yourself, you're not, you know, and they, you know, they give up. So like before I've done on the knee, sort of like squeezing a lemon. See how I'm going in there and rotating? This shoulder is actually much more bound than the other shoulder was. There we go. See again, rotation. That's much better. So see now I can flag the shoulder. And also again, that changes acceleration, just like with you, see? But see now I'm going too fast, so I want to back off again. I'm going to rotate that shoulder back. Doesn't like it from here. Come back here like I was doing before. So I'm just using the weight of my hand. There we go. And bringing that top part of the clavicle back, and then back forth again. But this is also where people go, how do you do it? My brain, anyone can lie on this table and like, okay, I'm doing a shoulder. And everyone would be different. And I'm okay with that. Most people, when they're learning it, and hopefully this is how I'm not teaching you guys, because this is the way I was taught, and that's the one thing I don't like. You have to put, and then the classmates be like, so does the finger go right here or right here? No, you're looking for how the movement presents itself in that system. Get the idea? Play with it. Because if your husband's fat, big, your hand's going to be like this on the shoulder versus this, or a baby's going to be like, ooh, two little fingers, you know? You have to, and you'll only learn that by playing with someone.
People are open minded.
Do we have to pay you, Seal?
No, she's awfully sweet.
Isn't she?
Sweet little lady.
She's like, you're not bringing me back to that chair.
I
You
know,
can tell
I'm
already.
thinking
She's
as
like,
soon as I sit down, she's gonna wanna go back out there.
She
There we
loves
go.
it outside.
There's a lot of activity out there.
so now see how you come back and forth, but you still don't do circles. Do you see that? So now I'm going to come in here under the scapula. So scapula is going up and her arm's coming back. This is swimming, breaststroke, all
Oh, that's
of those.
another thing I don't know how to do.
She had her arm taped to her chest when she was 6 months old. She burnt her hand. And they didn't want the hand to close up, so they taped the arm to her chest. So she came to me through Arlie, and then she started doing the class, and I touched her ankle. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Because the ankle wouldn't rotate. Well, because she never rotated her upper body. So
Yeah, they say it looks like I drowned across the pool. Because I can't.
It's just amazing.
yeah. So one of the things that was bothering her is that her back really hurt carrying the baby, but now it doesn't anymore.
And we started coming because she borrowed Arlie for a demonstration. And we started talking about how there's nothing to do with your 2-month-old. Online, you look up what do I do with my 2-month-old, she's just mad all the time. And it's like, play peekaboo, stick her on her stomach for 20 minutes a day if you're a good mom and call it done. And I was like, okay, but she just screams on her stomach. She's not doing anything. What's the point?
Mom had preeclampsia, so there was an emergency C involved, so she
No.
came out. Oh,
Emergency
toxemia.
AC.
Well, she came out in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I had her
Interesting.
really fast because
Yeah.
they were going to do a C-section if I didn't get her out. So we avoided the C-section, and she was out in 20 minutes.
So notice I can't slide this arm back at
But
all.
she was angry
getting
all the
quite
time,
fixed.
just never would get
Yeah.
comfortable,
She
startled,
doesn't-
trying to
see,
fall
her arm
asleep
doesn't rotate.
for hours.
See, I
Every time her
can't-
hand would hit the bed,
Yeah.
she'd start again.
Can't rotate. So like if she were to grab a
Not
cup
anymore.
from back here,
Now
she'd
she's
have to
happy.
move her ass.
Now she's happy.
Yeah, all the time, pretty much. Unless she's really hungry or
I
really
wish
sleepy.
I'd known this one. I had one that I think was traumatic, but in my
They,
day-
they all
in my
said
day,
they all said it was colicky, but she just had these little she, you know, she liked to grab her fist and arch her little back, you know, and
They always
When I did the
everybody tell me what not
demonstration-
to eat. Don't eat that. You shouldn't eat this. You shouldn't eat that. That's why your baby cries. And I'm like,
And-
impossible.
and she we were doing the demo on her, and I rolled her over, and she's like, "Did she just roll over?" And she's not. You don't understand. That would be like the end of the day, and she was just like, lying there.
And now they'll get you
She still has a mouth on her though.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to have them.
I know she can hit octaves.
We don't want any children.
But she doesn't cry. She just sits there and goes.
Like, come on, don't you get it? Don't you folks get it? I need attention. Yeah, I need attention. You're pretty relaxed, girl. That's
Yeah, she's just chilling.
You're pretty relaxed, lady.
So now I'm working on the rotation going forward.
She and Daggity hang out like that.
The next thing I'd have to work on, Jenna, she doesn't know how to transfer her weight over to her hands. So that would probably be a good lesson.
Like Arlie's gonna have to when she sits up with this thing. Yeah, because I didn't crawl right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, what I was showing you in your feet, you don't know how to do in your hands. You don't know how to come over your balance. You have a college degree, you're cognitively, you're fine. I get that, but if you're gonna have the 15 children you want, I gotta get you in shape.
Don't get her in shape. She wants 15.
I don't want 15 children. My husband does.
She
Well,
wants, she wants to be a do-gooder.
I wanted a lot of children too, and then I had one. I changed my mind.
The other morning I thought, do I really want to do this again? This not sleeping thing endlessly.
My sister-in-law, so she wanted like 6, 7. And she's like, no, I think I'm okay with one for now.
You're on your fourth.
Yeah.
I think more is enough.
Yeah, I think so.
You get a nice little variety. They have siblings and
I told my husband at 35 I'm not having any more. I was like, that's it. I'm done. Whether we have 2, 1, or 6, I don't care. But that's it. At 35, I quit.
Let's see.
Oh, you were hurry up, you want to have 6.
yeah. I'm gonna have them older these days.
It took us a long time to get her. So I was like, I'm not gonna keep trying at this until we're 40.
Put your arm.
What do you have to
There
say
we go.
about that?
Did a little bit of a speed up here. So now try it on your own.
The rotating.
There you go.
Oh, looks better.
It's amazing.
Let the wrist be a
That's
little
so
bit
good.
freer.
What? Be nicer with her.
Feel the difference?
Yeah.
Feel like, let the ballerina in you come out.
Ha!